Now, the next topic we're gonna talk about
There
the
they go.
Lakers. There you go. We're gonna talk about the Lakers, y'all. The Lakers. So the Lakers, they on
Who?
the they
Who?
see.
All right. Who?
Chill.
Before the season started, everybody had the Lakers going to the finals. Including myself. And so now things have changed. Things have changed as we see the team because it was a mystery on how they would look, right? With the new addition of Westbrook and everything. So we want to know what's the Lakers ceiling. All right, how far can they go this year? And we're gonna start off with you, Elijah. Talk to us.
How far can they go? Listen, if they don't make the playoffs, it's gonna be a really bad look on everybody. You feel me? Lakers is just an absolute mess right now. Absolute mess. And we all hope the best. I remember when I first heard the trade, I was like, oh snap, Westbrook's coming, AD, LeBron is going to be crazy. But not every superstar kind of conglomerate, meshes well. And this is what we're seeing. This trade did not work out, right? Not all the blame can be put on Westbrook. We gotta, put some blame on AD in and out, Mr. Anthony Day-to-Day Davis, right? He's there one day and then he's not. You feel me? We can't rely on him. LeBron's too old to be the most consistent player on your team. Right now, granted, I'll give Melo some credit. Melo has been hooping. He's been having his games, right? But you can't always count on him consistently to get a bucket, right? There was a stretch, I believe, last month where the a 10-day signee and Stanley Johnson, a young boy, was like their most tenacious dog and valuable player. It's like, bro, Lakers, what's good? Y'all have too much experience. I remember before the season, right? Everybody was like, they have such and such all-star appearances combined. Everybody's doing their thing. My fault. Everybody's doing their thing. They have all this experience, blah, blah, blah. But we're not seeing it. Quite frankly, I feel like they old, right? And we want to see them do well because we grew up seeing these players, right? We want them to exceed, but something's got to happen. So either, the trade deadline coming up, either you move Russ, but it's tricky because you still owe him a bunch of money, or you do something. But LeBron can't, be the one to carry everybody. But I do see them, making maybe a little run, maybe getting in the eighth, seventh seed, maybe doing something in the playoffs. But at the most, their ceiling, I say second round exit.
Oh, second round.
Maybe if they like at the
Makes
most,
sense.
if they can get it together.
Mm-hmm.
That's being very optimistic.
Man, it's on me.
It's on you.
Yeah, go ahead, cuz.
All right, I want to apologize first off, because first time we met, I definitely said they gonna make it through the West off talent alone.
I'm apologizing.
That's what I said. Boy, was I wrong. Look, off the top of my head, I feel like the Lakers, the way their season is going right now, they're probably gonna be a bottom seed or the play-in. If they make the play-in, they gone in the first round. I don't see them beating Golden State or Phoenix in a 7-game series. I don't care how healthy they are. I don't see, like, if they got Westbrook on their team, I don't see them beating a well-coached team. Maybe if they had younger LeBron, but with this older LeBron, we're not even sure if he's going to be on the court. He always getting nicked here and there, and that stuff matters. Everybody keeps saying, come playoff time, this and that. AD's been looking great since he came back, but even throughout the game, he'll have a play here and there where he get nicked and he's sitting on the ground, or he'll get up and walk up the court slow and have to get on the bench for 5 minutes. So if they get in the play-in, they're not going to beat Phoenix or Golden State. I don't see it in a 7-game series at all. I can't go there with the Grizzlies yet, as good as they look, because they haven't won a playoff series yet. So I'll become a firm believer of Memphis as far as with the big dogs when they make some playoff noise. Because I don't remember the last time a team, you know what I'm saying, didn't make no playoff noise and then just hit the playoffs and boom. So they got to make some playoff noise before I can say, they're a legit contender. But other than the top 2 seeds, I think they can win a playoff series against anybody else in the West, because playoffs is about matchups.
Yep.
And if they're healthy, I could see them beating pretty much every team besides the top 2 in a 7-game series. But I don't see them. They don't have perimeter defense. Golden State and Phoenix both have elite perimeter talent. The stars can put up numbers. You know, at the end of the game, you look at the box score, you say, oh, Russ had a triple double, Braun had 30, AD had 27 and 9. But everybody else did nothing. Like their role players get outplayed by every other team's role players all the time. And they don't have perimeter defense. I was just telling Joe the other day, betting on FanDuel. I said, Joe, whoever plays the Lakers, if they have a guard on their team, bet with them. I bet Trae Young to go 30 and 10 against the Lakers, and he did it. Because they don't have perimeter defense. Like Tyrese Halliburton, Dame before he hurt his ribs. Yeah, a whole bunch of guards, man. They just dog the Lake. They don't have no perimeter defense. So, I mean, I honestly think the defense is the biggest knock on them. As much as they want to dog AD, as much as they want to dog Russ, they can't defend anybody.
Nope.
Like that, you saw that in the beginning of the year when they lost back to back to OKC, and Shea Gilgeous said, "I'm him," when he hit the three from the logo. So you already knew they could. They had triple overtime with Houston or something like that. The G League Rockets, like
they not stopping nobody.
Yeah, and
with
man,
us,
they don't have no defense. LeBron averaged 30. They can put the numbers up, but they can't stop nobody.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Dad. It's on you. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with Jamo as far as the biggest thing with them is
you know what,
defense.
Devin? It is on you. I'm tripping. Sorry.
Yeah, it's on Devin.
Yeah, sorry, Devin.
Yeah, probably.
And it's your show.
Yeah. Biggest thing is they perimeter defense for real. And then you gotta think of like, I don't even want to see that, but them versus Golden State, it's no way they'll be able to last. It'll be a blow. Every probably get swept. I'm being honest. And LeBron, my man, this is who I picked to go to the finals. But if they don't do some type of trade, and this is the trade I think they need to do, it don't add shooting. Well, yeah, you can. I think they need to trade and go get Ben Simmons, just because he's one of the better perimeter, just as far as the defender. But in that trade, they gotta get Seth Curry somehow in that trade. You can't just bring Ben Simmons with no shooting, because that'll be a terrible team.
No.
Who they trade though, Wes?
Now that's the thing. They don't got much to trade. They're gonna have to, some draft picks, something, but they need some type of defender on the wing who's young and can just get down there and check people. Because, like Jamo said, I got them beating pretty much everybody in the series because I feel LeBron too talented, AD too talented. Russ, he talented, but he iffy. But them two too talented to lose to anybody other than Phoenix and Golden State. Outside of that, I think they beat any of the rest of them teams.
And the Grizzlies.
So they ceiling. I'm gonna agree with Elijah. I think second round, and if they run up against Golden State or Phoenix, they'll be out of there. I'm hoping for something different because that was my beginning of the year pick. You know, I'm a LeBron guy. I rock with him, but I mean, you gotta be real at some point. I don't see how. Like I'm trying to think, but I don't see how they do it. And then Anthony Davis just been disappointed. I know he's been playing better the last few games. He came back, but you gotta remember the first game he came back. He fell on his wrist and he was holding his arm on the bench, and I'm just like, man, is this gonna be your career?
Because Embiid gave him that bump.
Yeah,
bump, man.
And the injuries he's having, it's seeming to me more so for him. He just don't have no pain tolerance. It's like it seemed like Kobe Bryant wouldn't have liked playing with him. Like the situation he had with Dwight Howard. Now Dwight was a little different. Dwight was, he was a physical freak, but he wanted to be, he thinking about clubbing and things of that nature. Anthony Davis don't play through nothing. And I'm not saying you're supposed to kill yourself for the rest of your life, but
yeah, no question.
Nothing.
Man, Joe, remember when he got hurt? What I tell you, remember, was that Memphis or Timberwolves? The game he got hurt when he missed all that time. And he left the floor. Man, they put the camera on him while he walked through the tunnel. He collapsed in the tunnel and just fell on the ground. The trainers had to help him up. I said, bruh, I don't care how much it hurt. You looking so weak right now, bruh. You an NBA superstar. I felt like that was the whole explanation to their season right there. Him falling out in the hallway. I'm like, bruh, that's just crazy, bruh.
It's crazy because like of what Anthony Davis brings to the table, right? It's not like he's an average player, right? He'll give you 30 and 15 a game.
And
It,
can guard the pick and roll.
you see what I'm saying? So like it's like, bro, we need you to be. LeBron needs you. You supposed to be the young star taking over. LeBron's really supposed to be taking the back seat. Ain't no way he gotta put 30 points a game every game because y'all not hooping
I
or
mean,
you're not.
ain't no way he top 75. He
Yeah.
made the 75 list and said, "All right, I'm good. I'm good now."
See,
Yeah,
go ahead, Joe.
No, go ahead, Devin. Go ahead. He said
See,
going.
for me, Anthony Davis, I can't say he's the same, but he's supposed to be the same talent wise. Him and Giannis supposed to be the same player, and it's glaring to see what the difference is. Giannis played with tenacity and aggression, and Anthony Davis just don't. And to be honest, if you want to be honest, Anthony Davis probably more skilled. He's probably more talented. To be
He
honest.
is.
But Giannis just plays so. It's supposed to be the same exact player. They long, defend, just everything, and I don't know.
See, Giannis do everything on ball. AD need a setup, man. He's at his best when he got a setup, man.
Yup.
But go ahead, Joe.
Jamo, you right. So look, the Lakers' main issue is now on the offensive end. Cause they do score the ball. The issue is a defensive end. Now, before I get to that, I agree with all of y'all except for Elijah. I know you threw in the Grizzlies. The only teams they're not beating, I wrote it down, the Suns and the Warriors. If they meet the Suns, like Devin said, they might get swept. Like for real, they might get swept by the Suns. Warriors, they might get 1 or 2 games, but they will lose to the Warriors. The Grizzlies, I don't know. LBJ is not losing to the Grizzlies. I'm sorry. Right? Like the Grizzlies against LeBron, it was gonna remind me of the Celtics against the Cavs. Dead serious. It's gonna remind me of that. And LeBron and like because they don't have, they just not ready right now. All right, but look, here's their problem: the defense. You cannot be a good defensive team when 2 of your stars are your worst defenders. Listen, I know LeBron James averaging 30 points. I know his numbers look great. I know he look like an MVP right now. But do y'all know LeBron is a 3rd worst defender on the team? On the defensive rating, he's 3rd worst. Sorry, 4th worst. The only people that he's worse, that he's better than, is Trevor Ariza, Darren Collison, who they just picked up, and Jamario Jones. Y'all already know who that is.
I was waiting on you to say Melo. Oh my goodness, he worse than Melo?
No, he's not. He's not better defending than Melo, not Bradley, none of that stuff.
Okay.
And then
Melo
Russell
defending.
Huh?
Melo defending this year. Let's go.
Yeah, Melo doing okay. I mean, everybody on the Lakers are really bad for real, but he's doing better than as far as like the people that get meaningful minutes, he's 5th best. Carmelo. All right. And then Russell Westbrook, only person between him and LBJ is Wayne Ellington. And Wayne Ellington is on defense and been playing terrible this year. So you can't expect them to be a high seed when everybody is scoring on them. Like I don't know. I think it was you, Jamo. Somebody told me the other day. Every time they play every time they play somebody, the guard is going to go off. Like whoever they perimeter player is, they're going to have a good game because they don't have good perimeter defense, man. They're not that good on defensive end, and you got to set the tone with the best player. Nobody in here thinks Steph Curry is a better defender than LeBron James, right? But you got to know defensive rating. Steph Curry is 5th on his team. You got to show effort as the best player in your team. You have to.
Well, at this point, I don't know. At this point, I would just say Steph is better defender.
LeBron can play defense, man. He just don't.
Joe, LeBron plays defense. Only time I see LeBron play defense is when it's 5 seconds left on the shot clock and his man pick his dribble up. He be all in his face trying it. That's the only time he played defense, man.
Yeah, but y'all gotta take in consideration he's old, and he wasn't probably expecting to do all this stuff on the offensive end.
I got you, Devin. I got you. LeBron, listen. Like I think Jordan is the greatest ever. So I don't want nobody to think it's LeBron hate, because as I've been doing this sports stuff, I've been actually appreciating LeBron a lot more. If y'all haven't watched any of my videos about LeBron, I praise him all the time because I'm appreciating his greatness. But I honestly think it's a high priority. He's trying to get the scoring title. And
Yeah.
it's draining him on the offensive end. It really is. It's draining him on the offensive end, and it's affecting his team on the defensive end. What the Lakers need to do is put LeBron at point guard. I'm sorry. He has to run point. When they won the championship, he was the point guard. And the problem is the people who they play in the game are terrible three-point shooters. The people who get the highest minutes. I mean, I'm looking at the minutes. Malik Monk, first of all, yeah, Monk is good. Malik Monk, Melo is good. Russ, I understand your best player, Davis, all that stuff. But Tucker, he shooting 25% from three. And he get the same amount of minutes as Malik Monk. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I know he's like your quote unquote part of your future plans and all that stuff, but he's not doing his job this year.
And before the season, they said he's untouchable.
I got one thing to say too. If we can go back to our first meeting, fellas, Joe, if you could edit out me saying Tucker was gonna be my breakout player of the year, I'd be cool with that. You know,
Oh,
he started
man.
out good though. He started out good, but like I'm now on the defensive end. He is better than he's better than Monk by like 0.1. You know what I mean? Defensive rate, all that stuff. But on the 3-point percentage, he's shooting 25%. Avery Bradley played less minutes than him. Avery Bradley is actually playing better than him when it comes to LeBron's style of play. LeBron's style of play is 3 and D. Like, let me play the point. I got AD right there. I need some 3 and D guys out here. That's LeBron's type of style of play. And I think they should play Bazemore more because Bazemore is shooting better than most of them. And his defense is better than most of them. I'm looking at the numbers. Like he's a second best defender behind Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves.
And the problem with Austin Reeves, he's shooting 30% from three. He's your best defender, so you need him on the court. But he's shooting 30% from the 3-point line. Like, they don't have a good team makeup, but they have to put LeBron at point guard. He really has to trust God, LeBron, and say, I'm going to focus on winning, and God's going to help me get the scoring title, whatever. You know?
Yeah, but with that, I know you saying, I know it looked like he just going out there just trying to get that. But when Anthony Davis was out, who else was going to score? He got to score them points.
No. I'm not saying, okay, he's not their primary point guard.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing more on the wing. Now, there's times he do play the point guard position. He play, if I bring the ball up and stuff, like mainly in the fourth quarter. Think about it. What they do in the fourth quarter, LeBron is the primary ball handler, right? If that's working for you, why not make him the permanent primary ball handler?
But,
and then go ahead.
But I think everybody here know why.
Correct.
To be honest, Russell Westbrook, he's just too big of a star at this point in his career. So they need to make, and Frank Vogel did it. You need to make the decision on, hey, look, my man, that's not you no more, or not on this team. But don't nobody want to do it. And that's how he's been sliding by his whole career. Don't nobody want to ruffle his feathers. But that's really what it is. I think everybody know that player at the park where, man, I can't stand being on his team. You say something to him, mess his game up even more, or everybody hype his head up. So.
And they have flashes of greatness, so you just let them slide.
Yeah, so you let it slide.
Yeah, but my selling for them is they could beat anybody except for the Warriors and Suns. But go ahead,
so what does that mean in terms of playoffs? Like how deep can they go?
It all depends on how the bracket goes, because in the playoffs, the reason why I think they only could lose to them two, because in the playoffs it's different from the regular season. They losing to the Grizzlies right now in the regular season, but this is not LeBron, and crew taking time and dissecting exactly every move they good at and every move they not good at. Yeah. That's why the game one in playoffs, they always say that's the easiest one. But after that, it's like they kind of know you like the back of their hand. And the better team wins almost every time. And the Lakers not going to lose to the Grizzlies.
Joe, I mean, I'm not going to bet it, but like I wouldn't be surprised if they lose to the Grizzlies.
Of course.
Like
how they playing, yeah.
Like because they don't have. I mean, who gonna guard Ja?
Right.
Who gonna
You
guard
right.
Ja? Who gonna guard like even Dylan Brooks and
Austin
Desmond
Reeves.
Bain? Like they don't have for real, bro. Like, and then Jaren Jackson is gonna match AD's intensity. You know,
I don't know.
whether he averages the same amount of buckets or not, he's gonna match the intensity.
But that's terrible that he
But
gonna
look,
do that.
also,
That's what I'm saying, bro. So
Because-
like, I wouldn't be surprised. I just can't put. I'm not putting the Grizzlies up there with the Suns and the Warriors, though.
hey,
Yeah.
before you go, Elijah, real quick. Sorry, before you go. Yeah, I know Anthony Davis had a down year. He actually is playing good this year. I think I mean, his only issue with me is the injury part. Like he's not actually fighting through his injuries. But as far as his play, they need to get him more involved. That's them. When you
He
got
got to
Westbrook,
want to get involved too, though.
yeah, I mean, I get you. That's why LeBron got to play the point. I'm sorry, Jamo hit it on the nose. Davis at his best with a point guard. When they put Tariq Evans in New Orleans, Anthony Davis had an MVP season. When they got Rondo, what happened? MVP season. He needs a point guard, like he needs a facilitator. You know what I mean? So go ahead, Elijah.
I mean, day-to-day Davis, you never know what you're gonna get.
Street clothes.
I like that name, man.
No, but like, at what point do we start blaming the coaching? I remember rumors was going around that they about to fire Frank Vogel or whatever the case is, because at some point you have to recognize what's going on. Yeah, you have stars, but a coach's job is to facilitate, right? Put people in their place, right? And then you got LeBron who can do it on the court, you know, lead GM, lead coach, right? So like, you got to be like, yo, Frank, coaching staff, like, what's going on? Like, something has to change.
Man, the Lakers are not. I just don't see him. Like, I don't like LeBron ain't the same. His numbers are great, but his impact and him imposing his will in the game is not the same. Which is why he needs his teammates to help him more than ever right now. And the moment where he needs his teammates the most, they coming through the least that his teammates have ever come through for him, like pretty much. So
to piggyback off that though, like the amount that LeBron is giving out right now is unprecedented, right? We've never seen this. Somebody this old, this good. The fact that he can still drop 30, 40 is crazy, right?
mm-hmm.
But like you were saying, he can only do that for so long.
Mm-hmm.
AD needs to hoop. Russ needs to show up. The role players need to do something, or you know, there needs to be some trades. I seen a trade today. They're thinking about trading Russ for Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, and I believe RJ Barrett or something like that, right? So another role player on the Knicks. You know,
I wouldn't take that.
No, Dev, you do take it. Now you're not gonna use Kemba for real, but you getting rid of Russ and you getting the elite shooter over there.
Yeah,
I would take it.
And
What I'm
RJ
saying is, if I'm the Knicks, I'm not giving RJ.
You the
Yeah.
Knicks. I
Russell
would take
Westbrook.
it either.
yeah,
No way.
I'm not doing
RJ Barrett, I like RJ Barrett. He
He's gonna be a decent player.
he got better this year, man.
What I'm saying is, Russell Westbrook value. I don't know if y'all see it. He don't have no value to me no more. I don't think he can go anywhere and win a championship.
If you have a well-coached team, you're not losing to Westbrook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The
At this point in
I
his
feel like
career-
Utah showed you that. Utah showed you that when him and Paul George lost to Donovan Mitchell. I feel like when he lost to Utah, his career,
Yeah.
you know, the narrative on him just started going downhill. He's not I don't know, man. Just don't make winning basketball.
Yeah, he just don't no more. He just. I really feel like I ain't gonna say his career over, but he's not gonna win nothing. The way his style of play, it's just.
I know he's not gonna make All-Star team no more for real. He not. Yeah.
Did y'all see that video where Shaq was sitting courtside and he was like,
Playing
yo,
too
what
fast.
you doing? You're playing too fast, right? Like Westbrook is too old to be making some of these dumb decisions.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a good
You're a
point,
veteran
man.
in the league. You need to know how to control yourself at this point. And I feel like his intensity, we love his motive. The things we love him for are his downfall, right? How he goes hard, how he just has that spirit about him. Like he don't take no for an answer. And that's what's holding him back. You feel me? Look at all the teams he's been on. Thunder, the 2 times he was there, Houston, right? Then he was with Beal and on the Wizards. You were surrounded by nothing but talent. Why didn't any of these teams do anything?
Facts.
You know,
One and done. One and done. Except for the Rock, when he was without KD and OKC, they were one and done in the playoffs. One and done. All right. Thank you for staying to the end. We really appreciate that. If you are listening to this on you or watching this on YouTube, we would like for you to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, etc., we would like for you to follow us on those platforms. Also hit the notification button so you can be notified when we're out. And last but not least, no matter what platform you're listening to or you're watching it on, share it with someone you know, and they could be part of the movement also. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.